It's your boy Warlow back with another MyTeam video. And we are gonna do a old gen slash mobile tier list. I know some of y'all are just down the app or you're still on old gen. And it's probably the one time I'm gonna be doing it because we're mainly on next gen for mainly of y'all. But I know there's some people that want to know about old gen stuff of that nature and mobile. So keep in mind. But we're gonna go over first. My first tier list is for the diamonds. I'm just gonna list them right here. Jack Martin has really good sigs on Olgin. Danny Green has the I think it's the hardness shuffling. Like he has a hardness shuffle that's decent, so we don't have to sit and rank them. Kaminga's shot is horrible on Olgin. Jalen Williams' shot is terrible. Chet's too weak, and strength matters on Olgin. So yeah, if you have any other diamond questions, let me know in the comment section. And Corey Maggette has an elite release on Old Gen. Same with Melo. Both of them. Melo would be ranked at S tier if he had a really top end card. It's just the defense lacking, but he's still amazing. DeRozan has a way better jumper. So keep that in mind with the diamond cards. I did rank them. So yeah, these are the diamonds. If I didn't rank anyone you want to know, let me know in the comments section. And yeah, Jaren Jackson's shot is awesome. I've been noticing when I'm on there, is a lot of people just don't run correct players that are good on old gen, so that's why we're ranking it. But Danley up first. Danley is F tier. I'm not even gonna put him on the screen. Dude is absolutely sucks. Release is garbage. Can't play. Absolutely stinks. Up next, we got Chris Bosh. Release is just way too slow. D tier. I'm not really feeling Chris Bosh when using him. I felt like his shot was way too slow, and that's just not gonna cut it all. Get contested. Just not gonna or T-Mac up next. I think T-Mac is good on old. I'll put an A. I'll put him in A tier. T-Mac is really good on old. Even though his release is weird, it greens. It can sometimes just green over you like next gen. That's similar about the fact like that is similar to T-Mac can do that, so I'll rank A tier. Lamar Odom, Yankee release C tier. I just think he's not that. He's 6'10", so he got that going for him, but I don't feel like he's much better than that. De'Aaron Fox up next. I saw a little bit of Fox's stuff on. He has a really good release, but I'll probably go B. I mean, he's not. De'Aaron Fox ain't really that great. Much as next because he actually, but you know, you don't need a leaner as much, so maybe that's the case. But he's kind of in the shorter end. His player model's not the greatest, so right now we'll go B tier. We have to wait and see about it else. But Gilbert Arenas up next. Actually, let me go use Gilbert real quick. I forgot to try Gilbert. Okay, I have to try and get out. I'm not saying it with De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to go C tier for De'Aaron Fox. I'm going to go B tier for Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas has the Dwayne Wade moving behind the back. I think that's what it's called. It's a little behind the back. His release isn't bad. He has good defense. So that's how I have to rank it overall. And I forgot to mention the diamond tier list. That Jack Martin also has Curry Escape, which is so good. Like, he's one of the rare diamonds. Like, that diamond card's really easy release to time. I really do like that diamond. That diamond Jack Martin, he is actually really good. So up next, we got Trolley. He has John Wall's step back, and that is one of the best step backs in the game. And Chris Paul is one of the best on old as well. So he's obviously, I think he's an A tier. Like, he is really. Like, honestly, is it crazy to put Trolley in S tier? Like, it's like, I'm going to go A tier because he doesn't have a driving dunk. That's the only reason I'm not going A tier. If his driving dunk was a little higher, he has a big player model. Like, I almost want to say he's S tier because he meets every criteria. Fantastic release, has a good behind the back. It's just, like, I think it's AI behind the back, which isn't like, it isn't like crazily good, but it's like, it's a behind the back, which you want to have on old gen. So, I like Trade a lot in this game. I really do. I like his cards. I'm going A tier for Trade. Rudy Gobert up next. This old gen, you need a guy that can really stretch the floor out. I don't think Gobert is going to be great for you on old gen, so D tier for Gobert. Brandon Ingram, tried him out. Didn't really like him overall. He's 6'10". He's better than Dantley. Wasn't the greatest, really being honest. Mike Kamen, his release is terrible on old gen. The big man shot is just broke. I don't like it at all. I'm putting him in F tier. Next, we got Wally Serbiak. I don't mind Wally. Like, I don't really mind Wally as a hard C tier. Wally, I don't mind him. I'd rather have Wally over Brandon Ingram. Like, he's not bad. He has a good shot. It's just, you know, you wish he was better. But KD's really not that good. I'm putting KD in C tier, which is crazy to say. KD's really not that good. Like, a lot of people do want to run KD, but KD's shot is really broke on. It's not it. He has no SIGs. He's the only pro play, so he's really not that great on really sucks, but just what it is. We got CJ McCollum can't dunk, really. Not the greatest defender. He's not going to be the greatest. He has a good release, but that's about it. So D tier from Curry up next. Interesting one. And I have to put him in D tier. I don't think Curry's really good either. Like, he is short. His SIGs, like, but his release on Olgin is not as quick. It is slower, and it's just not going to cut it. LeBron up next. S tier, as like I said, John Wall step back, or whatever you want to call it. Jalen Brunson step back. But Jalen Brunson, Chris Paul the same, but they're both really good. So he is a S tier in this game. LeBron is amazing, and I'll go with that. Didn't T-Mac have LeBron step back too? I might got to check that out if he does. I think T-Mac might have had LeBron step back, did he? Jalen Brunson was step back on. Step back is Kyrie. I don't know. I can't remember out loud, but T-Mac is really good. Michael Redd up next. His shot just not going to cut it. I just feel that shot's not going to cut on Olgin. Not going to happen. I'm sorry, just not happy. Giannis Antetokounmpo's interesting. He's really good on Olgin. It's just his jumper. That's why it's like, it's really tough for Giannis. Because I'm saying A tier. Because like what this card can do is great. It's just a jumper. If he had a easier three-pointer, and I mean this, a higher three-pointer, he's S tier. Because he's really good on Olgin. But that jumper does hinder him a little bit. But it's the jumper that really. Drazen is garbage on Olgin. He's way better on next gen, but absolutely garbage on next gen. Just not gonna play. Bronny James has LeBron step. I mean, he has a good step back, which is good, which you want. But Bronny James has a small player build. His player build is tiny. Like, the dude looks like a little elf, even at 6'3". Just not gonna cut it. Hedo Turkoglu has the hardest shuffle, which I do like, so he's going to be tier. I don't think he's on the level of a Giannis Antetokounmpo, but with the hardest shuffles, release is something you want, but it's good enough, so I don't mind it. Kevin McHale up next. I didn't really see any good SIGs on him. D tier. Didn't see really nothing special. I think Bosch him on the level, so yeah. James Harden up next. James Harden's actually really good on Olgin. I'm putting him A tier. I don't care about the defense. Like, if his defense was literally better, like, if you have a Juice Harden, he's probably S tier because he moves so good. But it's like, if he had better defense, he's S tier. He's actually really way better on Olgin than next gen. It's not even close. James Harden is at A tier. Tyler Hero up next. I put him in B. I didn't mind Tyler Hero. His jumper was good, but that's about it. But he's still a 6'5" guard that can defend somewhat. He can still do his job on the court overall. He still got the driving down. I still got to respect him. It just, I wish he had some SIGs. If he had some SIGs, he could have been more interesting. Jerry Stackhouse up next. Don't really have any good SIGs. Probably go C tier for Jerry Stackhouse. He's much better on next gen. Wade is not even close. He still isn't going to be terrible, but he's just not the greatest on. Dolph is actually interesting. I'm putting Dolph in C tier. Dolph could actually do the Curry slide on Olgin. Like, he could actually move, and his shot on Olgin isn't as horrible. I mean, it's still bad, but it's not as horrible. I don't mind Dolph actually in this game as much on Olgin. I don't mind it because he can move somewhat. So I kind of don't mind Dolph. So I'm putting him in at C tier. Don't mind him. Karl Malone, I just didn't see enough. I didn't really like the hitch in his shot. I'm probably going C tier. I didn't really see it with Karl Malone, really. Didn't really even, honestly, I don't even think he's better than Dolph. Like, I did not see it with Karl Malone, really. I'm putting him in D tier. I don't think he's better than Chris Bosh. I just don't. Mashburn has the Harden shuffle, I think. He actually has some good movement, but his release is just absolute look. So I'm putting him in C tier because, I mean, he's on the level of a KD. I mean, they both probably on similar levels, which is crazy to say, but, you know, it's just, yeah, the release on both of them are cooked. But Jermaine O'Neal up next. That release is awful. F tier. Absolutely stinks. Kyrie Irving absolutely stinks. Release is not as bad. It's way better on next gen, but Olgin, it's just, no, I don't like it. It's just not great. Magic Johnson up next. I'll probably go B. I don't like his Magic. I'm going C. I don't like Magic Johnson's release. Like, I'd rather have, like, I have to respect him because he's 6'9", and being tall on Olgin does matter quite a lot. But Magic Johnson's bad. They're really bad. Like, I just don't like it at all, so I'm going to have to go with that. Devin Booker's one of the rare cards to have a leaner on Olgin. I'm going to have to go A tier for him. I might go S tier with Devin Booker. Is Devin Booker better than Harden, though? I don't really think he is. So I'm like, it's like I'm going A tier. I think they're both on the same level. I think you're both. It's just Devin Booker. He's almost like I'm going S tier. I don't care. I have to go S tier because like he has a leaner, and not many cars have leaners. He's one of your lethal scores. I gotta go S tier with Devin Booker. Screw it. Screw it. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I'm ranking in B tier. Like I gotta go B tier for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He's good. It's just his free pointer is not consistent, so keep that in mind. Giannis is a little bit more consistent than Kareem. Kareem is he's gonna make 1 out of 2 like each time, but not a bad card. Klay Thompson has a better release on old. I'm probably going to go high B tier for this card. I don't think he's better than T-Mac, but Klay and B tier perfect for him. He has a good driving dunk. I think he has a step back. I could be wrong about that one, but yeah, I don't mind him. Damian Lillard has an elite jump shot. He can move a little bit. I actually do like Damian Lillard movement-wise, but I'm going to have to go. He's better than Bronny James. Probably on that day. He's on that De'Aaron level. Like, I'll go C tier. Like, if you use Lillard Magic, I mean, it depends on your preference. Lillard isn't the worst. He just needs defensive edges, so I didn't mind him on really. Didn't mind him. Danny Granger, D tier. His release is cooked on there. Like, I might just go C tier again because, like, he's on the level of KD, basically. Like, I'm just going to put him in the same tier because I think his release, actually. I don't like Danny. But it's like he's on the level of KD. So, honestly, I'm probably going to have to move down, but the D tier, it's just, Granger's not the greatest. He might be C, but I'm going D tier. I think KD's a tad bit better because he's 1 inch taller, but yeah, that's what we're going with. Cedric Maxwell up next. He has default swing, but it's D tier. Cedric Maxwell's just not that great. Game animations don't stack up. Not going to cut it. Artist Gilmore, F tier. He has a good player model. Player model is top tier, but other than that, what are we doing? Jakeem Noah, I still don't mind this card's jumper. I'm probably going C tier. I think Kareem probably be better because he's 7'2", and being 7'2" on Fulgent doesn't matter a lot. And the taller you are doesn't matter. So I think on next gen, I like Noah more than Kareem, but on next gen, I'm probably going to go with that. So up next, we got Draymond Green. I don't like the jumper at all. Kareem's jumpers. I mean, jumpers kind of broken. Not Kareem's jumper. I can't even say his name. Never mind. Jokic, F tier. Jokic can't defend. Garbage. Absolutely sucks on that old gen. Luka. I don't mind Luka on old gen as much. I'd probably go C tier for Luka. I don't mind Luka as a card. He just wishes his release was a tad bit better. If it was better and his animations weren't so... Like, you don't get as many bad animations like next gen. It's still not great. Zion up next. Undersized power forward center. He's going in F tier. Not going to be good for your old gen. Is not going to cut it. Siakam D tier release, again, is just not going to cut it. Victor Wembanyama is S tier, even though he has a lower strength. It's Victor Wembanyama. He is the GOAT. He is always the GOAT. Moses Malone is a great shot. I guess he's at the time. I'm going to actually B tier. I don't mind Moses Malone. Like, I played against the Amis, and most people on there do not miss a shot with Moses. I'm going B tier, which is crazy to say, but he's actually really good on Olgen. I've seen more people on Olgen cook with him, and he doesn't miss. Like, he doesn't literally miss when he with Amethyst cards. So, honestly, I got to respect that. I'm putting him in at B tier. Next up, we got Michael Finley. Card absolutely stinks. Not playing. Scottie Pippen. I'm putting him in S tier. He's a lot better from Olgen. Next gen to Olgen. His release is so much better. He is easily S tier, one of your best defending shooting guards, and he is S tier on Olgen. And mobile, whatever you want to call it. Trae Young, not playing. He sucks. He's just not going to cut it. Kevin Love has the Curry slide a little bit. So I'm probably going to go C for him. He's on that, like, Lamar Odom level. Actually, I'd rather have him. I put him in B. Because if you give Kevin Love defensive, but he's 6'8", though. He's 6'8". I'm going to go C just because he's 6'8". If he was 6'11", like his old time, you think he was 6'10", then I would make go B tier because I think he's actually good in this game. But I don't think he has as good speed and defense like his old. So his old one might be A tier, but John Morant up next. I just probably go C tier for John Morant. I don't think he's better than Gilbert Arenas. I think he's on that level. Luka. He's just not the greatest on. He's better on next gen, but he's not. His time is over, kind of. Shaq is Garfler. Is terrible on old gen. I don't know why y'all be trying to run him in my King of the Court when I match against him. Shaq is awful. K cutting him up next. Release isn't really that great. I'd probably go B tier because he can still defend, still do his job. I just don't think he's gonna be. I just don't think he's better than Gilbert Arenas, but I do think he's better than John Morant. Is he better than John Morant? I'm just being real honest. I don't think he is. I'm switching this. I'm putting John in B tier and Cade in I put him on the same tier just because Josh 6'2" and he's 6'5", but I put him in the same tier. Cade's release is not going to cut it either, but it's like Gilbert's better than Cade, so it's like, yeah, we're going with that. Kawhi Leonard up next, S tier. Kawhi Leonard releases each time. Cone, he's going to play his defense, do his job on the court. Absolutely elite. Derek White got a big player model on Olden. He is really good on there, so honestly, I don't know what I just did with Derek White. I'm putting him in that A tier. Really, really point guard. And you're going to really like him. So up next, we got Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones' release is phenomenal on Old Gen. It is really good. So he's in S tier. Baby. Next up on the list, we got Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is not as good as he is on next gen. I'm probably going to go here. Still can do stuff on defense, so I can respect it. But, like, he still can drive, but he's not going to be that A tier level. Not as good on Old Gen, so keep that in mind. He has a right leaner, but I mean, that's about it. Larry Bird, player model's elite, but I'm sorry, but his, like, I'm probably going to C tier because release is slow, like AD's, but his defense is phenomenal, so I'll respect them there. David Robinson, I don't mind him releasing as much on Old Gen, I still don't like it. I'd probably go B tier for this. I'm just gonna go B tier for that. Next up, we got Ron Artest. I think you gotta put Ron Artest in S. I gotta put him in S. Like, it's hard. I don't think Ron Artest is better than Scottie Pippen. I'm putting him in A tier. I don't think he's better than Scottie Pippen on Old Gen. I just don't. I don't think he's better than Scottie. So I'm putting him in A tier. I think he's on that Team Mac Eddie Jones level. Which I put Eddie Jones. I thought Eddie Jones would be S tier. That's a mistake. Eddie Jones should be in S tier. So I think they're a little bit better than Ron Artest. But Ron Artest is still good with that Rudy Gay base. It just Scottie's and Eddie Jones base are better. Just is what it is. Cameron Thomas is not that good on Old Gen next gen. He's better on next gen. Dirk Nowitzki, I probably go C tier for Dirk. The overall release isn't the slowest in the world, but he's not better than D-Rob. He's not better than Moses. So or Kareem, so I'm going D tier. Jalen Williams sucks. His release is broken, like we mentioned earlier. It's broke. Chris Mullen, he can still hit his catch and shoots. That's about it. That's all he's going to offer. Anthony Edwards up next. I'd probably go A tier from, like, he's not bad. I've got cooked by one before, and he's actually still really good on Old Gen. His release is really easy. I don't mind him. He's really good on Old Gen, so I'm gonna go A tier on Old Gen. Up next, we got Evan Mobley. Releases lower ends. Not feeling that. Like I said, that's a factor in my list. And I don't know what I just did to Evan Mobley. I'm probably gonna go. Release is just too slow at this point. I don't think he's better than Jakeem Noah, so it just is what it is, really. Kevin Garnett, his release is slower, but at least he can drive a little bit more, so C tier. He's not going to be the greatest on well, but I'd rather have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar over him, but that's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Jimmy Butler release is really good on Old Gen. I do like Jimmy Butler, probably put him in that A tier slot. Jimmy Butler is an elite shooting guard on next Old Gen. And mobile, he is really good, so he's a shooting guard. Jimmy Butler is solid. Next, we got Rajon Rondo. I probably put Rondo in. I don't mind Rondo because he's a good defensive guard. You know, he's 6'1", he's still a defensive guard, and I just have to respect that. I have to respect that. And he has a great release, so I gotta respect that. He's probably at C plus by minus, but he's still 6'1". I gotta respect Rajon Rondo. I gotta respect him. Next up, we got Jason Terry. I didn't like Jason Terry. I don't think. I can't remember, so keep that in mind. Darius Garland has a phenomenal release, so I'll give him that in D tier, but he's 6'1" with no defense. It's like, what are we going to be doing with Darius Garland? You know what I mean? Donovan Mitchell up next. He's not as good as he is on Old Gen. He does have Donovan Mitchell dribble style, which does move a little bit. He does move and groove a tad bit, but not like he did in past years. So I'll probably go C tier for Donovan Mitchell. Just can't go any higher than that, so yeah. Dwayne Wade up next. The release point is hitch. I just don't think Wade is as good as he is on next gen. So next up, we got Paul George. Paul George is not as good as next gen, like probably on that Klay Thompson level. Like, he's not better than Jimmy. He's not better than Anthony Edwards. He's not better than Ron Artest, T-Mac. He's on that, you know, that Klay Thompson level, which is cool. But I don't know why I see so many people running him. He's not a top 2 shooting guard in the game, in my personal opinion. Next up, we got Tyrese Haliburton. We got him in F tier. He sucks. Gary Payton, I probably got in D. I think he has a SIG. I forgot what SIG it is, but he does. I just can't remember on top of my head. But Gary Payton, I gotta respect him because I put him in B tier. He's still a 6'5" point guard with defense. I gotta still respect it. even if it's not the greatest driving dunk in the world, but it's all right. Shai Alexander up next. I gotta go S tier. He's really, really good on old. So yeah, I gotta go next. I have to go S tier. Derrick Rose up next. Rose is interesting. I think is that crazy to say? Like, is he on a true holiday level? I got it. I think D Rose is. Like, I think D Rose, I might be wrong about it. I might be gassing. I'm gonna use him in the back room a tiny bit and see if I might change that in a second. But I might be gassing it a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. We'll be back on D Rose in a second when this loads. But Mutombo, probably put him in that C tier range. Mutombo's good, but like I said, you need a guy that can shoot somewhat on Olgen, or you're just gonna be struggling out there, or you're gonna be struggling. So honestly, I probably would go D tier for Mutombo, because you're gonna be struggling on the court if you don't. And I'm checking out D Rose even behind the back. D Rose is them behind the back. Release is alright-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna knock D Rose down to B. He's not better than True Holiday. He's on that Rondo level. Still gonna be good, but I gotta knock him down to B tier. Jalen Brunson does have a nice step back, so I'll give him that. But he's 6, so putting him in that C tier list. I think he's better than Terry and Garland, but he does have a good release on Olgen, so keep that in mind. So it is that. So I think C tier is perfect for him. Next, we got Zach Rudolph. Zach Rudolph releases D tier. He's on that Draymond Green level. Vince Carter is S tier. His release on Olgen isn't as great as next gen, but it's still good enough where I can't see a world where he would S tier. Still a top end or in the game. I think Eddie Jones might be a little bit better, but hey, we gotta rank it. Next, we got J.R. Smith. He's still got a hitch in his shot, so I'm probably just gonna go. I like Clay more. Paul George. I'm going C tier for J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith just is the greatest on. Just to be honest with you. Next, we got Ray Allen. I don't mind Ray Allen. I probably go B tier for Ray Allen. I don't see any issue with Ray Allen, to be honest. 6'5", still has an elite jumper. And I'm probably taking his jumper a little bit over Paul George. So, honestly, I'm probably putting him in A tier. I don't mind. I don't see the issue with Ray Allen. I'll probably go B tier because he's really janky. So, B tier for Ray Allen. But I don't see much of an issue. You know the shot, you'll be good with him. Dwight Howard up next. I'll go for Dwight Howard. I'll go S tier. A tier, probably. But he has that lower three-pointer, like I said earlier. I can get it 80, but, it's not going to be easiest to time Dwight Howard's jump shot as easy, so I think he'd be perfect with the same tier as Giannis, but I think he could be potentially S if you can shoot well with him. Anthony Davis up next, same thing. I don't like 80 number as much as I do on next gen. I think his release is like, I feel like I have to put him in. But it's like, I don't like his jumper on old gen as much. You have to hold it a lot longer. I think I have to move Dwight up to S tier and move Anthony Davis down. I feel like 80 is not better. Like, I mean, technically he is the best 4. He's the only 4 there, but I feel like you kind of have to. But I think Paolo Banchero's better than 80, so he's not on this list, but I think he is. Jason Tatum is S tier. He is an amazing card on Olgen. He pick and roll, shoot. He does his thing. An elite card. Sidney Moncrief up next. I like him. I'll probably go A tier for him. I don't think he's S tier. I don't think he's a little better than any of the point guards in S, but he is a S tier point guard, really. So actually, I'm going S tier. Because his release is still good. He plays defense. He's better than Harden. He's better than Holiday. So I think I gotta go S tier for him. The only thing is he better than Holiday though? That's an argument to be made that Holidays a little bit better. So, I mean, let that be debate me in the comment section, because that one's a little bit hard for him. Chauncey Billups up next, 6'3", provides good defense. I'm going B tier for Chauncey Billups. B tier for Chauncey Billups, and I think I forgot Dr. J, so we'll add him to the list real quick, because I did actually forget Dr. J. I forgot Dr. J and Joel Embiid. Ooh. I feel like some names are missing. Like, let me go back and look, because I feel like we're missing Joel Embiid and B. Okay, so we just went back and fixed it. So next up, we got Embiid. Embiid's release, I'm not feeling it on Olgen. I just don't feel it on Olgen. I'm probably going B tier for Hakeem or Embiid. I feel like he's on that Kareem level. I'm not with it. Hakeem Olajuwon, I don't mind his week. He puts the ball at least higher on next gen Olgen. Like, would I rather have him over 80? No, I don't think so. Like, he's not better than 80 or Giannis. I'm gonna have to go B tier for Hakeem. He's not better than. I mean, I might go A tier for Hakeem, because like his release isn't as bad as Anthony Davis. Like, they're both on the same tier. So I put Akeem in A tier on Old Gen. I'll put him in A tier. So we're going A tier for Akeem, and Dr. J, he's not S tier on Old Gen. He's just, like, not the greatest on, being honest, B. Like, his release is not as great as it is on Old Gen. I did not like Dr. J. He wasn't better than Team Maxim. He's not better than Anthony Edwards or Jimmy, Ron Artest. He's B tier. He's not the greatest card on Old Gen. But yeah, this is the tiers on Old Gen. It's a lot different than a next gen tier list. Keep that in mind. It is not the same. It's way different than an Old Gen next gen tier list. Way different. So yeah, the tier list on this, and it looks so weird. It looks so weird putting Granger in D. Hey, that's an Old Gen tier list. Let me know in the comment section if you play. Do you agree, disagree? And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next My Team video. And give me a